Colossians 2:20-23. Therefore, if you died with Christ from the basic principles of the world, why, as though living in the world, do you subject yourselves to regulations? Do not touch, do not taste, do not handle, which all concern things which perish with the using, according to the commandments and doctrines of men. These things indeed have an appearance of wisdom and self-imposed religion, false humility and neglect of the body, but are of no value against the indulgence of the flesh. Many assume that do not touch, do not taste, do not handle must refer to the ritualistic Old Testament laws. Is that really what Paul is talking about? It's just another example of man-made rulings and traditions getting in the way of the Word of God, as is clearly stated in verse 22, according to the commandments and doctrines of men. This section has nothing to do with the law of God. The regulations of verse 20 are likely one of two things: rabbinic regulations limiting one's lifestyle further than the biblical law distinguishes, or ascetic thought and practices, activities performed with the intention of making oneself miserable, and thus able to focus better on God and spiritual things instead of earthly material things. Things which ascetics would abstain from include food, drink, and pleasurable activities, including sexual relations with one's own wife. The Gnostics worshipped a goddess called Sophia, meaning wisdom in Greek. They claimed to have received true wisdom, Sophia, and knowledge, gnosis, from her. The Gnostics took their name from the word gnosis itself. However, they also claimed to believe in parts of the Bible. The heresy of Gnosticism was infiltrating the church at this time, and Paul possibly argued against them in this passage. The Gnostics certainly had the appearance of wisdom and religiosity, but they did not have the truth. They believed that by diminishing their carnal appetite, they would become less material and thus more spiritual. If this application is correct, Paul states that such practices are of no value against the indulgence of the flesh. Put plainly, continuously beating down the body does not curb appetites for carnal pleasure. However, having died with Christ, verse 20, will help you control such appetites.